Hey guys, Mike here from Michael Bryce Coaching. It's February the 8th already. Holy crap. Time is flying by already this year. And you know what that means? Valentine's Day is 6 days away. How crazy is that? So, in part of relationship, and relationships that I'm working with and, people that I've been helping out, um, Valentine's Day is one of those days that we put a lot of unnecessary stress on our partners to, ladies, typically a lot of us put those stresses on him to he's got to do this, or he's got to make it this perfect, or my Valentine's Day wasn't the greatest last year, or it's got to be better this year, he's got to surprise me in these different ways. All those things that those stresses that we put on our partners, it's all unnecessary. And if that's happening to you, a lot of that's your fault because you're not showing it all the year, like all throughout the year. If you're not showing them, that you care every day throughout the year, doing these things regularly. If Valentine's Day is one of those things where you want to do something a little bit extra special, okay, I get that. That makes sense, right? But if you're actually planning for that one day, that's the day you're in the flower shop. That's the day, you're spending crazy amounts of money to make up for all the last year that you didn't do anything, right? So those are the traps that we get into. And if you want to get out of those traps, there's a way to do that, but you have to want to, right? We get into our day-to-day routines and things that we really don't understand, or we don't really know why it happens. It just happens. It happens on a regular basis. How many times do you go in and you see that's the only time of the year guys are in the flower shop, right? Why do you think roses and all that cost more come Valentine's Day? Is it because the soil costs more? Because like a couple weeks later or a couple weeks before, they cost less? Doesn't make any sense. It just makes no sense. So again, if you guys, if you're putting those stress onto your partner, and I use that term loosely, but if the person you're with and they have to perform this magnificent Valentine's Day, it's got to be super special. It's got to be all of these things, and you're creating these expectations that nobody can live up to, and again, guys, if you're guilty of this, I mean, it's one of those things where you have to show it all year long. It's not one of those days. It's kind of like mental health, right? We need to talk about this stuff all year long versus just, once a year on January 31st. I mean, it's absolutely crazy what's going on. We need to work together as, I guess, partners, for lack of better words. But you have to work together in a relationship. You have to show each other that you love each other, you respect each other all year long, not just Valentine's Day. So over the next few days, I'll throw out a few messages here and there about the things that we see and things that come up. If you have any questions, comments, or anything that you want to know, please feel free to write it down in the comments box. And that's it. We'll talk to you soon, guys.